Hello, hello. It is Throwback Thursday, August 17th, 2017. How about that? Steve Sipress here. As always, I start off by sharing my line of the day, and today it is this incredible. I don't know if this would even sell for a penny. It'd be overpriced. This is a hollow, cheap, plastic, green, fluorescent green type of rhino. It's in the shape of a rhino. Other than that, it is hollow plastic, silly little thing. And why do I use that as the rhino of the day? Because it's Throwback Thursday, and look what I found just looking through some old stuff to come up with something for Throwback Thursday. I found my old Mensa membership card, my official, look how official I am, the Mensa membership card. And so it says on the back, what this means, that it's an international society that has only one qualification for membership: a score in the top 2% of the general population on a standardized intelligence test. In other words, who cares? Okay. So yeah, so I believe, so what happened is, this is something I said, of course I would never join this thing. I first got invited to join when I scored in 98th percentile on my law school admission test back in 1982 or whenever I took that thing. And I was like, I'm not going to join any kind of society that thinks that I can sit around with a bunch of high IQ people that want to talk in as many syllables in every word as they can, and as much passive tense and run-on long sentences as they can, and make all kinds of fancy, highfalutin references to literature nobody would ever really read, and all that kind of crap. I would never, as the Grouch, what's the Groucho Marx saying, any club that would have me as a member, I would never want to be a member of, something like that. So I was like, yeah, no, I would never do that. And then I got this when I exited out of my 9-year door-to-door sales career at the turn of the century. It's hard to believe now, but it's been a while back. We can say the turn of the century, right, in the year 2000. And I moved to New York, where I had not lived since I was a kid, and figuring out my next move. And I met somebody who said, hey, we do a game night. And so there was a game night, and I love games. I love strategy. It's what I do for a living. It's why I love what I do. I strategize with business owners how to win at business. We figure out the rules, and then we figure out how to use the rules to our advantage and go through, up, around, whatever we got to do, and we make things happen, and we win. And so I've always loved games and strategies, and played on the chess club when I was in school, and won backgammon tournaments and Monopoly tournament, all kinds of. Always loved playing strategy games. Like slot machines, not so much. Bingo, not a fan. Games that are pure luck, not really for me. And these crazy sci-fi games. I say crazy just because I'm not a science fiction guy. I can't deal with unreality too well. So I'm not really good at all those Dungeons and Dragons and all that kind of stuff. But strategy games, love them. And so that's what small business is, and certainly what I do, which is take on a client and help them strategize with them how to take their business from success to mega success, from struggle to success, from startup to success. It's a game. It's a puzzle. It's a game. It's whatever you want to call it. So he was like, man, we have a game night once a month, I think it was, or once every 2 weeks. We rotate, meet at a different person's apartment in the city, and everyone brings a game. And then we break into groups, so like 20 or 30 people. I went to a couple of these, like 20 or 30 people show up, and they break into groups of 2, 4, 6, however many, play games, and everyone plays games that they've never played before. So it starts with the game on the table, and reading the directions, and everyone asks questions, and are we clear, and whatever, and go. And I love that kind of, again, that's what I do today. Somebody calls, and what's the situation? I ask some questions. We find out the problems, the concerns, the obstacles, the goal, that kind of stuff. And if it's something that, first of all, sounds like it's fun to play, and I know I can win, once in a while that those things occur, I will take the person on as a client, and they win. and I win, I get another success story under the belt. So that's how it works. So that's what this was. So I love the concept of this game night. You go, you play some new game. It's not like somebody could be ahead because they've played Monopoly 1,000 times and know all the tricks and things like I do and whatever. It's a fair new game, go, play. And so he was like, yeah, the thing is, though, the game night is a part of Mensa. And we have, I forget what they call it. I'm not, Mensa people watching this would tell me they're called, I don't know what they're called. Groups, cells, some clubs, I don't know what it's called. But there was a game group, some of the New City Mensa Society, whatever the heck it was. Brett Olaya. Good seeing you, man. So there was it was a subgroup of this New York City group that I said I would never, of course, want to be a member of, but in order to go over and play in the game night, I had to put in the application and join. And it says it's valid through March 2005. So evidently, I paid for I must have got a discount to pay for a 5-year membership. And I moved out of New York in April. I was there for about 3 months to figure out what I wanted to do next. So I didn't really use this for 5 years because, of course, I never went to another thing or some whatever. It's not something for me. So here's the question to turn it into business. I asked it here in the subtitle of the video, like intelligence. Like when I say smart marketing, do you use smart marketing? Are you a smart marketer? I do not mean this. I don't mean are you book smart, understand. I mean just it's a giveaway here. It's you need to score in the top of a standard intelligence test. It's a rip. Okay, I could have looked them up, and you can look on the computer all the stuff about the bogus standardized intelligence test, how they're biased against this background or that or this or whatever, or they're not a true measure, whatever. Here's the thing. Let's just say they are a true measure of how, quote, intelligent somebody is. They're absolutely not a measure of how successful somebody is at sales and at marketing and at building businesses, period. So you can, I'm sure there's a long list of people that flunked out of whatever, or the teacher said, I know there's all these stories, and I'll talk about them on Success Story Saturdays in the future. And yeah, put in the comments, hey, Rodney Walton's here, Mike Putnam, it's DS Max Day. There's these famous stories of students, Albert Einstein or somebody who they say you'll never learn, and he flipped school, and they kick, right? Because nobody cares that you have a high IQ when it comes to marketing and business. In fact, I can prove it with a couple of well-known phrases. One thing is the KISS principle. Anyone heard of that? What's the KISS principle? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it short and simple. Keep it simple, stupid, whatever you want to say. It's about keeping it simple. So if you are all caught up in this, oh, I'm a highly intelligent person, so I'm going to use big words and long sentences, and I'm going to show how intelligent I am here, and that's going to get me a lot of clients, like, good luck to you. Someday you'll need to call somebody else who actually knows how to do it and get clients for you, because you need to dumb it down is another phrase you'll hear. So now you see politicians are amazingly excellent at this. Right now we have Trump, and before that you had Obama, you have Bill Clinton, you have Bush. People go, oh, he talks like an idiot, like he sounds stupid, whatever, because he talks like a sixth grade, That's right, and it's a lot more difficult. Anyone out there who's a copywriter or a communicator who's good at it, it is a heck of a lot more difficult to speak at a sixth grade level when you have a graduate degree, like all the people I just mentioned that have Ivy League graduate degrees. So are they really that stupid? But to talk at a fifth or sixth grade level, not easy. So when you're writing your sales copy, when you're writing your sales script, when you're giving your message, when you're just talking one-on-one or on social media or on a video like this, I could say something like, I can't see. It's very difficult for me now to talk like I had to do on college papers and crap to get good grades from English teachers. You have to talk in passive tense, which I'm having even trouble even doing. Like, I can't even do it. But let's just say, I went to law school, so I ought to be able to remember some legalese. If I pick up any contract, if I have one around me, the aforementioned party of the second part, pursuant to paragraph 14.2, therefore, where hence argues that the party of the second part shall not, pertaining to, notwithstanding that A, B. cut it out. Okay, how you doing? You can't do that. That's it. This is what you can do. This is what you can do. This is the problem you have. This is the solution I have for it. Do you want it? Period. So that's why I developed the WOW strategy. It's very simple. The first W is the who. You find a target audience, a who, that has a problem that you can solve. And then you get to know everything you can about them so you can talk to them and enter their world, how they're feeling, what the frustrations they're feeling that they have this problem, they can't overcome it. It's not about, oh, I can do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, who cares? It's about, I know how you're feeling. Are you feeling this? How about this? And they say, yeah, and I really wish I had a solution, and maybe at that point they're ready to ask you, could you help me solve it? And since you can, otherwise you wouldn't have picked them for who, you have enough of those conversations, you're going to have all the clients you want. Makes sense? Because you're going to make them an irresistible offer, which is the second letter of the WOW strategy, the O. You make an irresistible offer. Tell you what, I will guarantee this. I will do this for that. I will give you this. I will only this and that and whatever. So I'm not, this is not a video about the WOW strategy or the irresistible offer or any one of the parts, but I do these every day, and so that comes up all the time. And then the last W in the WOW strategy, just to finish, it stands for the way that you're going to use, or ways to get that irresistible offer in front of your chosen who. So unless your who is PhD, highfalutin people, and even if it is, I'm here to tell you, even if your target who is PhD candidates, the most book smart, high IQ tests, standard score, nonsense, whatever people there are, they still appreciate that you just talk to them like a person. They got to read enough of their stupid journals. I'm sorry, they won't call them stupid. Well, even they won't call them stupid. And they'll tell you, they got to read enough of these continuing ed journal, medicine and law and this and that and accounting and whatever, things they got to do because they're smart and they're in a smart thing, an intelligent thing, or whatever. They got to do all that. But when it comes right down to it, they want to speak English. If they sat on a bar stool next to you in a bar, they just want to talk to you, and they want you to talk to them like a person. So I'm here to tell you that in my experience, having this, quote, high intelligence on a standard test thing is actually a hindrance to success in sales and marketing. So I got a couple of people here that I did door-to-door sales with in the field. They're still here, Rodney Walton, Mike Putnam, like two totally different worlds of door-to-door sales and 1,000 miles apart and different years apart. But these are two masters of door-to-door sales. They will both tell you, if they're still here, they weren't masters of it because they said how smart I am with how I'm describing what I'm selling here or whatever. It was the opposite. How simple can I keep it? How can I just dumb this down? I can just walk around and say, I got this teddy bear. In the store, it's $30, and I got them 2 for $10. How many you want? Or as I was famous for saying, if I ever said I got them for $5, and they would say, I'll take one, and the nosy from back in those days would know my response. I would just dumbfounded look at them and go, just the one? That's what I was famous for. Just the one? How can you be so crazy to get just one? So we just simplify the whole thing, folks. That's successful sales and marketing. So if you're all, and here's the thing. We speak a different language, successful marketers. So when I talk to prospects all the time, and they're like, well, I'm going to do this, and I'm thinking of that, and I'm like, what about this? And you start arguing with me when I'm like, I understand. They don't even speak the language. They don't even understand what I'm talking about that they should test or why they shouldn't. But experienced, effective, successful sales and marketing people, we know the simple things that it takes, and we speak the right language, and that's someone you ought to get help from if you're not an expert sales and marketing, because you're smart at now Mike Putnam, who I think he's still here. Mike, you put in the comment KISS principle, which was one of the principles that you taught me, because Mike is the person that taught me door-to-door sales. The very first day I showed up for an interview, they go, you're going to go spend the day with the manager and he'll show you what it's all about. That was Mike Putnam right here on the video. So he showed me what it's all about. And man, he showed me what it's all about. This is one of the best salespeople, door-to-door salespeople you will ever see, ever. He just told me, we spoke last week, he ended a 26-year career. I did it for 9 years. 26 years. Does the guy know what he's doing? So tell me, Mike, like, How bad was I? I mean, you can tell them, I tell them all the time, how bad was I when I first started? And you're free to laugh. I was going to say don't laugh, but you're free to laugh. I was horrible, folks, horrible. I pretty much couldn't sell anything for a while. Maybe it's because of this nonsense, that I was some smart person and knew what I should do, so I shouldn't follow the system because I know better, and I'm smart, and I was successful at one thing, see, so I ought to be successful at this thing, and all this baggage that comes with this book smart crap that you got to drop that baggage if you're going to be successful at sales and marketing, especially when you're going to plug into a system like I did with Mike and like I did with Rodney, and overcomplicate. I overcomplicated everything. I still have. Listen, I'm overcomplicating this video. This video could have been over however many minutes ago, -1, because keep it simple. Buying, you got all the IIQ membership cards you want. This and $1 will get you $1's worth of something, because it's not worth anything in the world of sales and marketing. Keep it simple. Dumb it down. Learn the simple things, plug into what works, follow the masters, get the right coach, guide, mentor, mastermind group, board of directors, whatever it is. Surround yourself with the right people that are where you want to go, that have done the things you want to do, and don't overcomplicate, don't overthink it, and don't think because somehow someone else deems you as smart out of a book or a degree or anything at all, a card for crying out loud, that therefore that entitles you to success, or that's something that you ought to be good at. Like, no. And it took me years to get good at that door-to-door sales thing. It took me years to get good at the marketing that I do now and to develop the wow strategy and help people do it. It took me years. So you want to cut off that learning, plug into the right people, into the right system, let them help you get the success, and then ask them, if you care at that point, which most people don't, but ask them, hey, do that. Then you could learn how to do it, and then you can do it yourself. But in the meantime, once you be making some money, because you realize that your book smartness does not translate necessarily into your sales and marketing success and your bank account growing. Okay, there are, what's the saying, there are, and I know plenty of, and I met them over the years, like there are plenty of broke geniuses out there. Plenty of unemployed college, are there not? Probably more than there ever were ever before right now. They're angry and they're picketing and they're sitting in on Wall Street. There are more broke, unemployed college graduates than ever. Like, oh, they're smart, and lots of them could probably get these cards, and that's, you know, good luck. How's your mom's couch in the basement doing? So that's it for Throwback Thursday. Boy, did we throw it back here. They actually went against my lifelong belief that I would never join this thing. I did it to play some games and have some fun and to have something to share on Throwback Thursday in 2017. That's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with Foundation Friday, where you can take a day off for the advanced marketers, because I share a very foundational, basic tip. And I will share that with you tomorrow. And I don't see any more other questions, comments. Where's the Hawaiian shirt? I see a question from Brett Olaya. Had an appointment today with a client, and I was actually at a Chamber of Commerce breakfast this morning, and for some reason I figured I ought to put on a normal shirt and actually shave. Two things you'll rarely see me do. And so I guess we have that for Throwback Thursday too. Rodney and Mike Putnam would tell you, back in my door-to-door sales days, no matter what anybody wore, I only wore white shirts, red ties, and dark-colored suits. I wore it every day, whether I was in New Mexico, Florida, didn't matter if it was over 100 degrees, freezing cold, red hot, what I wore the same thing every day, still today, white shirts. So that's why not the Hawaiian shirt and not the unshaven look today, Brett Olaya. Thanks for asking. Thanks everyone for being here. We'll see you tomorrow on Foundation Friday. Have a fantastic rest of your Throwback Thursday. Over and out.